Welcome to Critical Hit, a Major Spoilers podcast. Thank you so much for downloading and checking us out this week. This is the moment you've been waiting for. Last week, I know so many of you were like, man, I was really hoping you guys could have played a little bit. But I think going through some of the basic rules and the character creation, I think is really important, especially for a game that is little known and that not many people have played. I think that really gives you a good grounding of what's to come. And what is to come is one of the first things that happens in this game, Brian, something called a debut. Brian is our director for this game.
So we are opening up on the exterior scene of the strip mall known as the Cherubs Grove Shopping Center. Seems to be a lot of hustle and bustle here in the parking lot. Seems like there's a good number of people set up. Seems to be part of a meet and greet where we see our first character. Matthew, do you want to introduce your guy?
My hero. Yes, my friends, years ago, when the days came that aliens attacked, and aliens need to be kicked in the face. Who would kick an alien in the face, you may ask? And I will tell you, it was the Battle Squadron Blaster Man. There was Blaster Gold and Blaster Orange and Blaster Purple, Blaster Plaid, Blaster Clear. But those days are no more. And now, Roundhouse Warrior Blaster Man Gold is just an old man named Janos Zajac, who occasionally will come out and sign an autograph for $10 on a picture. And if you don't look too closely, you won't see the electric tape holding parts of his armor together. They make gold electric tape now. It's much better than back in the day when you had to put the tape on and then paint it. You could just buy the gold tape now. So yes, Janos Blasterman Gold is willing to sign your autograph, and for an extra $5, I'll stand next to your kid and pretend that I like him.
So yes, this is a bit of an event put on by one of these stores within this strip mall, Rocket Baby Comics.
Yeah.
And,
nice.
So
in conjunction with the Toys Ain't Cheap up on the second level.
Yes. So they've hired you to do this. There's several other stores in this little shopping district, including a little deli that sells sandwiches of various types.
Yep.
Dr. Will, do you want to tell us about this establishment?
Yeah, well, my character is Andy Sheba, and he is the clerk at Fark's Sandwiches. He runs the slicer, so he will slice just about anything for you and make a sandwich out of it. And that's Andy's 22 years old. He's been working here for the past 4 years. In fact, as soon as he turned 18, he was legal to get on the slicer. And he's been slicing meats and cheeses ever since.
Also, among the employee of Cherubs Glen here is a guy, an assuming guy with a mop who's largely keeping the sidewalk clean right now. He normally isn't around during the business hours. They usually have him come in afterwards to clean up, but they asked him to come in to help set up and take down the various chairs and whatnot for this particular meet and greet. And so in between that, we see Steven's character.
Yep, Chet Watkins the Sixth. He's 40-something. You can tell he's probably built at one point. Used to work out, but really doesn't. And you'd think with a name like the Sixth that he would have like an Esquire or a Porsche or something like that gives him some status. But he's really down on his luck. He drives like a 1987 Mercury, and his life is just not there. He's kind of resigned himself to be the janitor. And so while he's picking up wrappers from the deli that people have thrown down because they don't care about their environment, he just does it and does it, just gives a shrug and it's just like kids these days kind of thing. And then as far as the superhero signing goes, he just kind of stares and looks at it kind of in disbelief, like, people actually come and pay money to get these kinds of things? That seems like a waste. People could be doing something better with their lives. And then he kind of looks at himself in the reflection of the glass and is like, I should be talking. And just moves on, sweeping up, mopping up whatever needs to be done, keeping it clean. Maybe has a plunger there in his little hammer loop that you find on your pants. And that is Chet Watkins the Sixth.
Nice. There's several other number of youngsters amongst the crowd, and also going about other businesses here in the establishments. Rodrigo, what's your character doing here?
Remo Villalobos is a teenager. He's probably a freshman in high school, which would make him what, like 14, 15?
Yes.
Yeah. So
he's who has a freshman in high school.
Yeah. So he's pretty young. He came to the mall to buy a new pair of shoes for school, and is like clearly getting very anxious about the fact that there are so many people here, even outside, and he's having a lot of trouble like navigating like what's a line and what's just people standing around for. He's not super tall, slightly dark skin, black hair like parted down the middle. He just from top to bottom looks like his mom dressed him today. Like, he probably has his backpack with him. Yeah, I'd say he definitely has his backpack with him. Probably either came straight from the library, or if there was school today, from school. And yeah, it just looks very anxious about being close to people and about trying to enter this mall. Like, this small task of entering the mall seems like very difficult for him.
I see. And also in this area is another young person. Rob, you want to tell us about your character?
Yeah, Arnold is going to be at a an outdoor hobby store, trying out new airsoft gear. His senior in high school, hasn't quite turned 18 yet, but should sometime in the near future, and he won't shut up about what he'll be doing once he is. About 6 foot, dark hair, and is almost always wearing some amount of tactical gear, even if it's, useless or pointless.
So you're all in and around this area. The Rock Baby Comics has asked before the autograph session that you do a Q&A panel with the various attendees. When a young kid has walked up and he sends a question to Mr. Gold Blasterman. So whatever happened to the other Blastermans?
Well, first of all, that's Blasterman Gold, the gold standard in Blasterman. And of course, it's been many years. Some have married, some retired. One may or may not be a highly ranking government official. I can't speak for everyone, but I can tell you that Blasterman Simeon is with us no longer because apparently capuchin monkeys don't live nearly as long as the rest of us.
That's sad. And as he steps out of line, next comes up a kind of rough-looking kid, wearing a leather jacket, spiked collar and bracelets, and he kind of eyeballs you and starts asking you, "So, what about you? You still got your abilities?"
When necessary, but a hero only fights when it's absolutely beyond necessary.
Oh, what kind of thing would make it necessary, huh?
Well, you may recall back in 1976 when we fought Cleaning Minister Kureski of the alien empire. We defeated him in downtown Chicago. It was a situation where the city would have been destroyed had we not taken him down. That would be absolutely necessary.
I see. So let's just say with a hypothetical here, what if someone were to grab one of these nerds like this, see, and point a gun to his head, and with that, his arm kind of seems to morph in a way that seems very familiar into some kind of blaster arm, and threatened to blow his head off. Would that make it necessary for a fight?
I silently respond by doing a forward flip over the table and taking a fighting stance.
Ah! And with that, I think we're going to hop into combat. As you notice, in addition, there seems to be several other rough-looking gentlemen. Basically, as you go into a fighting stance, he drops the bystander that he had in his arms and gets ready for his own fight. And so,
and then the fighting begins. Oh, the punching.
Go ahead and place your guy up there north. I will explain.
Okay.
So the rest of this arena, the north border there is a wall. So unless you destroy or move that, that's going to be largely impassable. The other sides are all edges. Those are supposed to be pit icons, largely just to kind of represent being tossed into panicking crowd and getting trampled a bit, or probably out into the street down south ways. The confetti spaces are rubble. Basically, the various chairs that were lined up has been knocked down as the various attendees and bystanders ran off in a panic. And that's largely the battlefield. So, Matthew, if you want to roll, well, I guess first of all, which stance are you going to be going into here?
Does this kid look like he's dangerously dangerous?
I mean, the blaster arm does seem awfully familiar. It seems to be that this was one of the grand droids, which was the various minions of one of the General Grandrox of the alien forces.
Oh, I hate that guy. Clearly, then, stance armored vigilance.
Okay.
To assess the situation and not, die. So, at the start of my turn, I gain 4 basic tokens of my choice.
All right.
Whoa. What do them?
Okay, so the basic tokens are power,
iron, power, and speed, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I understand that part. So I have 4 tokens of my choice. Do I have to call them right now?
I would say yes.
Okay, so I'm going to go with...
Game Master?
Yes, sir.
Does he know how many hit points he has at this point?
Oh, yes. This is going to be a lightweight fight, so go ahead and set yourself to 11 as it's 9, and we're just going to stick with the standard bonus of +2 max HP for each PC.
Okay. So iron is toughness, power is punchiness.
Yeah.
Speed is not getting punchiness.
Well, speed lets you move.
Okay.
Iron lets you reduce incoming attacks.
Mm-hmm.
And then what did I not say?
Power.
Power lets you add damage to attacks.
2 speed, 1 iron, 1 power.
Fair.
Okay.
And you can basically spend speed 1 for 1 to move orthogonally. And if you move diagonally, it does cost 2 tokens. It costs an extra token to move into a rubble space.
Orthogonally. So that's
and you can break up your movement between your various other actions. Orthogonally means north, south, east, west, basically up, down, left, right, but not diagonals.
So the creepy gentleman here in the vest is the creepy gentleman who has challenged me?
Yes.
Okay.
And it seems there's other various jerks creeping in on the sides, looking menacingly your way.
Okay. So, in my armored vigilance form, I have a range of 2. I can hit him from here, theoretically.
Yeah. We have a range of 2 there.
Okay. So, I'm going to try that.
Has he rolled yet?
Who?
Oh, yeah. Have you rolled your stance dice to know
I have not. I should probably do that, huh?
Yes, so that you know
All
what
right.
you can
So my
spend in order
vigilance
to...
form action dice is 4d6. So this is going to create a pool of things that I can work with.
That is correct.
So I roll 4d6. Oh, crap cakes.
Ooh,
I got
well,
2 6s and 2 1s.
Perfectly
Interesting.
average.
Yeah, perfectly extreme.
Extreme.
Got the extreme values on...
Roundhouse Warrior. Blaster Man Gold. All right. So what does that mean? Now that I have 2 6s and 2 1s.
Well, you can spend those to activate either the moves that you have within your stance
Mm-hmm.
or the basic actions.
Okay. So looking at the moves within my stance, I have a 1+ or a 4+. So that means I can use one of these dice that's higher than a 1 to do that.
That is correct.
Okay.
Well,
So-
it says 1+. You can spend a 1 to do that as
Right.
well.
Okay, so I can spend a 1 to do either of these things. I have my 2 powers or my 2 abilities are both listed as 1+ and then 4+ for a power up version. So I can, with one of my 6s, and can I spend them separately, or is this a pool of 14, or is it like you have a 1, a 6, and a 6?
1166.
1166.
1166. Yeah, ignore the sum that we're using in Roll20. We're
Groovy.
just
Okay, so I'm going to then take one of my 6s. I'm going to activate the bow down power, which is part of a thing in the thing. And I can give the enemy 2 weakness tokens, which I
Ooh.
presume means I kick him in the face.
Well, weakness tokens basically reduces the amount of damage that they'll do when they attack.
Okay.
Does it do any actual damage?
No. It doesn't seem to. Give 2 weakness tokens to an enemy within range. Give 1 weakness token to an enemy within range for a 1+. And then I have the stand strong option, when it allows me to heal someone, but of course, I don't have anyone to heal just yet. So is this pool for the entirety of the combat round, or will I roll again at the beginning of my next turn?
You'll roll again at the beginning of your next turn.
Okay. So I now have lost the thing of my basic actions. There it is. So can I give him the weakness tokens and then like do something kicky, or
Yeah.
Do you have a range or do you need to move?
I have a range for my vigilance form of 1 to 2. The armored vigilance. So I should, to my knowledge.
Yeah, you're fine to attack from there as long as everything's going to say within range
Right.
or give you a range.
Got it. So I'm looking at the list of basic actions. So there's no need to rescue anybody because the hostage ran away.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's largely for allies. But yeah, I mean, if you want to do damage, there's the damage basic action, which lets you choose the one enemy within your range and then deal, depending on what you spend on them, a certain amount of damage and maybe even push.
Okay.
That's probably the main one, unless you want to spend one of your speed tokens to move in closer. Then you can. I don't know. I guess a lot of those are also within range.
Yep.
I guess throw has to be adjacent.
Have to be adjacent, and then
you can throw.
I can grapple within range.
Yep.
So I can
pull them.
I could literally grapple and drag him to me.
Yeah.
So can I grapple and also damage?
Yeah.
Is there a limitation to how many things I can do, basically, is what I'm
The
asking.
number of action dice.
Your
that you
dice.
have.
Yeah.
So I have 4. So I can do 4 things.
Yep.
Okay, cool. So I think I would like to grapple him and then damage him. And then give him 2 weakness tokens. Ha ha!
Okay. You're going to spend one of the ones to grapple. So how does the grapple look?
Choose an enemy or ally within range, pull them up to X spaces. So if I use a 1,
Yep.
I can basically grab him and drag him. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my blasterator from my hip and whip it open and literally turn it into a whip. Wrap it around his blaster arm, drag him to me. That's going to grapple him to me.
All right.
And then I'm going to damage him. So I can damage him, and I can damage him however I want.
Yeah.
Okay.
One of your things.
All right. Blaster Man, storm! And that whip is actually going to turn into a little blaster that goes pew, pew, pew at him to damage him. And I'm going to use one of my 6s to deal 3 damage and push him 1 away.
All right.
Is that correct?
You say you spent a 6? Yes.
Yes, I spent a 1 and then I spent a 6 to damage him. Okay. And I have... Hang on. My brain is elated for a minute. So I would like to use the other 6 to deal 2 weakness tokens to him, which I presume is the damage from me giving him the blast of the Blaster Man storm attack.
Oh, is that 2 more weakness tokens?
No, a total of 2. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
So I could give him as many weakness tokens as I can give him. So that is 3 actions at this point. So I pulled him. I attacked him. He has weakness tokens from my thing. So I have one more thing that I could do. Is this correct?
Yeah.
The gentleman with I'm going to call it blue hair and the red shirt.
Okay.
You can ping Matthew.
Yeah, I did.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep, this feller. I'm going to challenge him.
All right.
Do you dare to face the greatest of blaster men in man-to-man combat?
All right.
And then I think I've run out of things to do on my turn.
I believe so.
Okay.
Well, as you did a good job of beating up the one guy and weakening him up, he's going to probably be a little bit taken back and dazed. You do notice that as you hit him, though, as you probably expect, having had experience with these things before, it seems that he withstood some of that damage, but he will. But this other guy who challenged will rise up to the challenge, and I roll his dice. I got a 7, a 4, and a 3, which is good. I think I will go ahead and spend the 3 on the move action. So I need to move 3 spaces. This might be a little... Well, no, okay, we have range, so I'll go ahead and spend the 7 to activate Protect. So lets me do 4 choices from Secure and or Contain, which might be familiar to some people. So I will have him gain first 3 iron. One thing I should also note, range is not strictly orthogonal, so do keep that in mind, even though movement is. You do have a range of 3, but it does look like that would still put his ally out of range. I will, as a second choice, place a trap into a space with range. Basically, as this droid pops down a disc that then crackles with energy. And then he will pull an enemy 2 spaces.
So do I have, at any point during this, a chance to react?
If you have any abilities, I'll let you react. You can.
Okay.
Otherwise, take 1 damage
Okay.
as you step over a trap. Go behind.
I have an ability that says you cannot be surprised by anything and always have a chance to react first. In this form.
In this stance?
Yes. Well,
Is it
yeah.
orange?
Yes.
Oh, right. That's
a skill.
That's a skill.
Yeah, if it's at the very bottom, it's a narrative skill.
Okay.
So
it
that
would
doesn't
not
apply
have-
in combat. Sorry.
Right. That's okay.
And then he will just go ahead and challenge you back.
Okay.
So that was 1 die.
Is my turn over?
Turn.
Yeah, your turn would be
Got a
over.
dice, yes.
Shoot. I forgot to do a thing.
Well, then go ahead and choose Pyroclasm to place 3 more traps.
Is a trap a permanent thing, or once, like when the Matthews character walked over that trap, does that set it off and it goes away?
Well, I believe it sticks around there.
Okay.
Well, what I've seen, yeah.
Yeah,
So-
because if you start your turn in a space with a trap, you take damage. So now you will be taking a damage every turn while you're on that. So you might want to have one of your allies help you move from that.
And how many points did I take from the initial attack? You said it was
1 from basically being pulled onto the trap.
okay. Because I had it down as 2 for some reason. Okay. Now my tokens from that first turn, do they go away at the end of the turn, or are they cumulative?
They go away at the end of the turn.
Okay.
All of your tokens do, or just your speed tokens?
Oh, I'm sorry. The speed tokens go away. Your dice numbers go. These dice numbers and your speed tokens typically go away at the end of the round. Your other tokens stick around until you use them.
Okay.
And he will spend his last die of 3 to do basic damage. And do 2 damage to you.
Well, I block it.
I mean,
Yeah,
if you have what is it? What are the iron tokens, right? For toughness,
Yeah, if you have-
can reduce that.
Yep.
I have an iron token.
1 for 1.
So I can spend an iron token and then only take 1 token of damage.
We only had the 1 iron.
Yeah, I had 1 iron, 2 speed.
All right, fair enough. So with that particular ruffian's turn is over. Which of the heroes would like to go next? There seems to be some ruckus going on in this parking lot as older costumed gentleman seems to be being ganged up on by several hooligans.
Yeah, I can step in.
Could you describe the ruckus, sir?
Where do I step in at?
Where would you like to step in at?
I'm guessing probably down here somewhere.
Okay.
That seems far.
It is. So, Chet, this is out in the parking lot, or is this in the middle of the mall?
It's out in the parking lot, and it's a
Okay.
strip mall. Just a
Oh, okay. So I
store
step out,
things.
and I'm just like, guys, we don't have to fight. There's no reason to fight. Can we just all calm down? And so I'm taking the knockdown Zen stance at this point, trying to settle everything peacefully. And so for my character, I don't have dice rolls for the Zen. I get a set of points, 7, 5, 3, and 1. Also, at the start of your turn, I add X to the action pool, where X is equal to twice the damage of your current health bar. If your health bar is full, which it is, I get 1. So X is 1 times 2 is 2. And then I get an iron token as well for my tough build. So I've got an iron token, and I'm going to convert those other 2 action pool tokens into speed tokens. And then I've got the 7-5-3-1 that I can still use. So I've basically said, guys, we don't need this. Just calm down. And then I'm going to spend my 3 on a 2-point shield. And then that also allows me to move 1 space. I'll move 1 space closer to this guy. I'm like telling him, you don't need to fight. There's no reason to do anything that's you're going to regret later in life. So maybe now would be just a good time to step away. And I'm going to use one of my speed tokens to step a step closer to this guy. And I'm going to say, are you sure you don't want to put everything down right now?
Like you're a tough guy, huh? Think you can take us?
If that's what it comes to, but I really don't want to.
He seems to be getting ready to swing at you.
All right, I will go ahead and use my 5 to take it on the chin. So each enemy within range deals 1 damage to you. So that'll knock me. He goes ahead and hits me, right? I guess.
Okay. Yeah.
After he thinks he's a tough guy, and at that point, I'm just like, oh, that is not good. And one of the things that this fellow in the green hat realizes is that my skin is incredibly tough. For some reason, all the years working with the cleaning chemicals have hardened my skin into this really tough, hard exterior shell. And what ends up happening is he ends up dealing 1 damage to me, but the pain is so strong. It's like he punches me and his arm just crumples. 3 damage gets dealt back to him.
Nice.
And so then the last thing that I have, let's see, and I can use these action dice to convert those to other things, right? Like I can use the 1 to create 1 power token.
Is that one of the basic actions? Hold on.
No, I guess I can't. 1 plus or 3 plus or 5 or 9 damage. Okay. Choose 1 enemy. I will use my 1 then to choose this enemy in front of me. And he will also get 1 additional damage. So now he's taken 4 damage total.
Okay. Hold on.
And then...
sorry, what did you do to try to do the 1?
Just the basic damage. 1 plus damage. Choose 1 enemy within your range. Deal 1 damage to them.
Well, as you... so did you do this with a punch?
Yes. I'll just do a real quick jab.
Well, as you punch him, there's a bit of a clang as you feel your fist seem to strike metal beneath this fleshy exterior.
Oh, no. And I look confused because I'm just... So he didn't take any damage then, huh?
Well, he took 2 from the initial.
Okay.
But not from that 1 damage.
Okay. Then I will use my 7 then to deal 4 damage and push him 1 space back towards the edge.
And he takes 3 of that.
Okay. So that is good to know. And also, I guess maybe a point of clarification in rules, and maybe I didn't screw up. Is shield considered the same as damage or not? So so when he hit me, it says it deals 1 damage to you, but I had my shield up. So does that shield go to, does the damage go to that shield and then the shield still reacts?
Yeah, it would go
at 3 damage
to the shield. And I believe it still reacts going by like the description on your form.
That's what I was curious about. So, okay. So yeah, everything was done correctly. So I still
if
have
you
1 point.
reduce the damage to 0 through armor and or iron tokens, then you would not get the reaction, but it does seem to specifically say within the description of that particular style combo that it would react.
Okay, cool. So I have 1 point of shield left. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to just stay right here. I'm not going to use up that final speed bit. So I'm just going to lose that speed. I'm going to keep my iron, and I have used my 7-5-3-1 pool to attack the man in the green hat. And I think my turn is done.
All right. So that gentleman in a green hat will further react and not like being hit and punched around. And he gets a 4, a 1, and a 4. Interesting. He goes ahead and spends the 4 for speed tokens, but half of those get converted to defense tokens. Iron tokens, yes. Yeah. And he's going to spend 1 to do a quick jab, do a single damage to you. Or do I have to spend 2? Hold on. Sorry. Oh, no, 1's okay. Yeah, it's 1 for standard damage, so I'll do 1.
Okay, so that then will break my shield. And when my shield breaks, when an enemy damages or breaks your shield, you deal 1 damage to them. So he takes 1 damage. And after you take damage from an enemy, you deal 1 damage back to them. So he takes another point. So I don't know if that counts as 2 or as 2 separate ones.
Well, the initial damage would be reduced to 0 because they're armored.
Okay.
So I don't think you could get the response or the follow-up.
The second one? Okay.
And then with the remaining 4...
I just give him a look when he smacks me. I just kind of give him that look like, come on now.
Let's see. Yeah, he's just going to do also the damage action.
Okay, so now my first one, if you take any damage from an enemy, you deal 1 damage back to them.
Okay, but they're still armored.
So he's, yeah. I just want to make sure that we're getting the rules down so that everyone...
Yep, that's fair. And since you take damage from him, go ahead and get a burning token. Take 2 burning tokens. Matthew, you should also have 2 burning tokens. So actually, you should have taken 1 damage and reduced it burning by 1 at the end. Wait, no, that's that. Hold on, when did those happen? Let me make sure.
It is at the end of the player's turn.
Oh, okay.
Or at the end of the character's turn that has the burning token.
All right, so Matthew, just note 2 burning tokens.
Yep, figured I should probably pay attention to that one.
Yeah, fair. And that's his go. So another hero gets to go now. Who wants to jump in here?
Friend, we should just take a break and have a sandwich together. There's no need to fight.
Andy, when he sees his buddy, Mr. Watkins, old man Watkins, get punched, Andy is gonna lose it. So
old man
Watkins, I mean, compared to Andy, I mean, Chet's old 40-something.
Old man.
Go ahead and place yourself somewhere on the border as you manage to fight your way through the crowd.
Oh, now I don't know how to play. I thought I knew how to place myself.
Go to your character sheet.
God, I was grabbing
your name and dragging it. There you go.
Go to your newspaper. Pull yourself to your newspaper.
Black character's cute.
It is. All right. So then I choose a stance and I roll that stance, right?
Yep.
All right. So I'm going to choose Weightless Blade. And I will roll my Weightless Blade, which is a 10, a 6, and a 1. I am going to...
Dang.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I'm going to...
Do you get anything at the start of your turn or anything based on your build?
I do. I get...
Or stance.
I get 2 speed tokens right off the start. And then I can adjust my dice. So I can increase all my numbers by 1, or I can increase 1 by 4. So I'm going to increase that 1 up to a 5. So I'm going to have a 10, 6, and a 5.
It's pretty nice.
Okay, so just give me a sense. The guy that was beating on old man Watkins there, does he look pretty rough around the edges? Does he look like he's about to die, or does he look like he's in pretty good shape, or how's he?
Yeah, I'd say he looks fairly rough. It's clothes and skin seems to be torn, showing some sparking metal underneath.
Okay, so maybe I'll go after one of his buddies. Maybe that guy in the green hat way up there to the north. So, okay. So what I'm going to do first, and I don't need to challenge anybody or anything. That's just kind of a gesture, right? That's not a necessary part of this.
No, that basically it's a mark if you're familiar with 4th edition
Okay. All right.
mechanics.
All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to yell and gain 3 power tokens. I'm going to say something like, "Hey," like that, right? That gives me 3 power.
Hey, you!
And then I'm going to use.
Big old crash zoom.
I'm going to spend my 6 to use effortless, which allows me to teleport to any space I can see. So I'm going to teleport there next to that dude. Does that cost a speed token for me to do that? Or is that just a thing?
So, I mean, did you spend a die to get the teleport?
I spent a die. Yeah, I spent my 6 to use effortless.
Then the ability itself gives you the teleport.
Okay, I don't have to worry about that. Okay, and then I'm going to spend the 10 on crush, which says I can deal 3 damage to an enemy within range. This damage cannot be reduced by armor and ignore shields, tokens, and abilities. Cannot be used in response to crush or the damage it deals. And because I'm using a 10, I can spend any number of power tokens on this hit. So I'm going to spend the 3 power tokens I gained with Yell
Wow.
on this hit. So it's going to be 3 damage to that guy. It can't be reduced by armor plus 3 power
Ooh.
tokens. So what is 3 power tokens basically means 3 more points of damage?
Yeah.
Okay.
So 6
Did you just
points
blast
of
that guy
damage?
into nothing?
I'm just kind of making sure there's not. You may spend 1 power token when you hit an enemy. I think you can only do 1 per hit.
Well, this
The ability
Oh.
explicitly says that he can use multiple ones.
Yep.
Oh, dang. Okay. So just straight up 6 damage, huh?
Yep.
In the face.
So Andy, standing behind the deli counter day in and day out has become just slightly infused with the grease of the roast beef and hams and turkeys that he is slicing, and so he has this ability that it makes a sound every time he moves. So he across the parking lot and pounds on this guy with his meat cleaver so fast that it's just like and does apparently 6 points of damage to this fella.
Dang. So I think that particular fella's going. Wait, is your turn done? I'm sorry.
That's my end of my turn. Yes.
Okay.
That's enough. I'll stop there.
Okay. I will then, yes, go ahead and let that particular fellow respond as his rubbery flake skin starts falling off and ribbons, revealing a skeletal-looking robot being that seems to be just covered in various slices and sparking grooves. And it rolls its stance to get an 8, a 2, and a 5.
Okay, this is just his turn, not like not a response. Not
No.
a response. Okay, all right.
He's just taking a turn. Okay. I'm just choosing him to go as a reaction in response to you attacking him.
Yeah, so this goes like hero, enemy, hero, enemy, hero, enemy, all the way down the line.
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
And since you're right there, he's going to go ahead and just bend the 7 to go ahead and deal 4 damage and then push you 2 spaces.
Direction. Or I guess you can push me.
Blah. I'm going to go ahead and throw you in the edge, basically as you get knocked into the crowd and knocked over and maybe a little trampled.
Okay, so let me ask you this. So I'm using my weightless blade stance, and in that stance, edges cannot remove me from play. And all spaces are empty spaces to me. Does that matter?
Then, yeah, basically, you just kind of flip up and stand upon the heads and shoulders of the onlooking crowd.
Okay, so I just back and forth on top of the people. All right.
Crowd surf them. That's beautiful.
I guess you're just in that space, and I will then...
And that did 4 damage to me.
Yes, it would do 4 damage to you.
Gotcha.
What else did I roll? A 5 and a 2. I'm gonna go ahead and spend 5 to make speed tokens, turning 3 of those into iron. And the other 2 speed tokens, he's going to go ahead and start moving away. As he moves off, little mechanical components also drop out and leave behind little traps there. Oh, shoot. Speaking of traps, hey, Matthew, have you taken, what would that be? How many turns started? 1, 2, 3, 4 damage?
No.
Yeah.
Why would I do that?
At the start of every turn, you take 1 point of damage if you're in a trap. When you enter, start your turn,
just
or
crap.
start a turn.
I don't like
Do-
any of this.
Do traps distinguish friends and enemies?
No.
Good to know.
Yep.
So at the start of every single turn.
Yeah.
That seems
How do I get out
excessive.
of
So
the
how do
trap?
you move out of a trap? Because I know that if you have like tokens and things left over from your turn, that you can't interrupt another person's turn, but you can.
You can interrupt their turn. You can't interrupt their actions.
Okay. So how would you get out of a trap then? How would he get out of that trap?
Someone has to move him.
Ah, okay.
Or if he has an ability that gives him speed tokens, he'd be able to move himself on other people's turns.
Yeah, at the start of every single turn, everyone standing in a trap takes 1 damage.
What about us burning peoples?
No, that's just at the end of your turn.
Okay.
Then you take as much damage as you have burn tokens.
Okay.
Looks like traps trigger at the end of every single turn, not the start. But otherwise, yeah.
Okay.
It's actually kind of both ways listed in the book, but I'm going with what's actually was changed with the update, even though the author didn't seem to get everyone updated.
So it's start then?
Yeah, we'll go with start. So that way, the author also took out the extraneous text saying that they only damage once per turn, because if it's at the start, then if you haven't already in there, then you entered. Yeah. Okay, so I got a 2 left over. I guess I could just spend for more iron. Let's see, what else? Yep, I'll go ahead and just also spend it for the speed just to get an extra iron token. Don't know if it'll do a lot of good in the long run.
And so iron tokens, what are they good for? Nothing? Or
Basically,
absolutely nothing.
when you take damage, you can spend 1 or 2 to reduce the incoming
Okay.
damage by that amount.
Okay.
And that'll be his turn. Who would like to go next?
Rob, you mind if I take this?
Actually, he'll go
go
ahead
for
and move 1 more space just for the free trap placement.
Okay. So if I may
Mm-hmm.
dial things back a little. So as the bad guys were revealing themselves, Remo, being who he is, was like, "Oh, a comic book shop. I like comics." And walked in right as everything went off, and as people started pouring out or like pushing themselves back, somebody like shoved them, or shoved him into a stand full of like random cosplay accessories, which then crashed on top of him. So at this point, that basically explodes out, and out comes Remo, who has transformed into a lycanthropic adolescent. His arms and legs are completely covered in hair. His hair on top of his head has like spiked out, and he's got like big kind of mutton chops, but they're also like very big and furry and just kind of spike out in all directions. His eyes are completely unfocused, and he has a huge grin on his face. And also, he is wearing like a Naruto bandana and a Superman cape or the generic equivalent if we can't do those. And a pair of like giant cartoon shoes. And basically he burst out. He goes, "Ow!" And then like charges. We'll say this guy here. Not so much because he wants to fight him as like he seems to think everyone's playing. So at the beginning of my turn, because I'm an agile build, I get 2 speed tokens, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I will be in. Let me see I will be in Ogre's Hound stance, which is Ogre's 1-2 stance as well. And I will roll 1-2 form, which is 2d6 and 2d4s. 1, 6, 1, and 4. So I've got 2 speed tokens. I will spend, let's see, 1, 2. So I'll spend 1, 2 speed tokens to move there. I believe. Yeah, Ogre Style gives me range 1 to 2, right? So this guy's in range of me. And I will spend that 6, I think, to, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I will throw the guy in this guy here, using that 6, which should get me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'll throw him up all the way up here.
All right.
Now, because of 1-2 style and demon, or 1-2 form and demon style, I should deal 2 damage to him in that throw, but I think it's 2 separate I mean, unless they're both triggered by the same thing and they both deal 1 damage. So if it's 2 separate instances and he has armor, I might not damage him. But if they combine, then he would have 2 damage coming. I guess he has 2 damage coming in.
Okay. 2 damage then.
Yeah, I was just saying it comes from 2 different sources, so I don't know if he has armor, how it applies.
Combine.
And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I can throw him in any sort of like, I'm guessing the rubble doesn't count.
Yeah,
he's being thrown. What about the traps? Can I throw him in such a way that he enters 3 different traps? Okay. Yeah. After you deal damage, your throw actions may target any number of enemies within range. After you throw an enemy, they take 1 damage. So because I'm dealing 1 damage with this, I deal 1 damage with 1-2 form.
Yeah, it sounds like separate instances, since it's after you do damage, you hit him again.
That is unfortunate, because actually a couple of my forms rely on dealing a lot of plink.
Oh, okay.
So we'll have to improvise on this one. So yeah, basically what happens is Remo jumps out. Let's see, what else do I have? I use that 6, so I have a 1, and a 4. So I'll get some more speed tokens and go. I'll cash in that 4. Go 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll move over here. And then I'll just go ahead and make it 5. I'll cash in that other speed token and move all the way here.
Now, if you only have 1 speed token left, you can always use them to basically go diagonal or enter a rubble. Since
I can cheat it that way?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Okay, I'll do that then. And that will be my turn. Except, of course, for the 2 chaos tokens that I get at the beginning of my turn.
Oh.
What do chaos tokens do?
Chaos tokens allow me to Roman cancel into things. Basically, I can interrupt other people's turns and do stuff in their turn.
Nice.
So, like, what happens if I just burn to death over here?
Well,
Then,
basically,
those $10 autographs suddenly go up to $10,000 autographs.
Serious, what would happen? Basically, if you are reduced to 0 hit points and taken out and not given any healing before the start of your next turn, basically you would still choose a stance and roll the dice as normal. But instead of being able to spend them to do anything, you can then grant the dice to one of your allies to add to their pool on their next turn.
Oh, nice. Kind of like.
However,
the
if you have a stance that heals you
at the start of your turn,
at the
that'll
start of your turn, it'll heal you.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. I do have something. Maybe. Not telling.
I think there's one more
Yeah.
punk kid running around.
Did you take one for the start of Rodrigo's turn?
I did.
Okay.
That's why I'm asking, because I think I'm going to be at 1 hit point when it comes back around to me, but I may be at 0.
Well, it's going to be, I think the guy that just got thrown to the northwest of you is going to go.
But it's Sheridan.
And he's seeing a real ripe opportunity here.
To die?
Do you don't have any iron tokens, Matthew?
I have 2 power tokens is what I have right now.
He spent the one iron token he already have. Actually, well, you know what? Yeah, sure, why not? I'm going to have the initial agitator instead go, and not liking the look of the furry guy that just ran up next to him and threw his buddy all the way across the parking lot here. He's gonna give him some business, so gonna roll his stance. Or did I already? No, wait.
I think you did. You didn't already do
No.
that guy number 3? Okay.
No, I didn't already do this guy.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
So I got a 2 and a 4 and a 5. Let's see what he'll want to do those with.
I would like to spend a chaos token.
Okay.
And I will. So spend a chaos token allows me to take a 4 action, interrupting the current turn until that action is resolved. I will throw for 4.
Okay. Interesting.
Because we're adjacent, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I believe so. Yeah.
So we'll go 1, 2, 3. I'll throw him over here, right? Because I actually throw gives me that. Yep.
You throw him all the way down there?
Yep. So I can throw him 4 squares. So 1, 2, 3, 4.
Here?
Yep.
So you throw him right next to me? Great. Thanks.
He's playing.
Yeah. It's like this guy comes at me and like grab his jacket and then basically like judo flip him back if it's like the way that like kids do it. It's like there's no technique to it, and it's just that this guy is like supernaturally strong and the guy just goes flying. Okay. Chaos over. He takes 2 damage, but again, it's like 2 instances of individual plink.
So instead, recalibrating, I was going to go ahead and spend the 5 and swing for 3 damage into Chet.
All right. So Chet, after you take damage from an enemy, you deal 1 damage back to them. So that'll probably just cancel out.
Yeah.
You said 3?
Yep. And then I'd push you 1 space, but I don't know that I actually can.
I'm trapped.
Yeah.
Only I would have gotten this trash picked up sooner.
So I got a 2 and a 4. Oh, wait. He has a weakness token, so cred. Forgot what that does.
I think it subtracts from his damage, doesn't it?
I believe so. Like each one, I think 1 for 1.
Yep.
Yeah.
He can't spend more either. Like it's every attack he takes 1 attack, it lowers it by 1. He takes another attack, it lowers the next one by 1.
Okay. So it's just one single damage.
I think I'll look it up.
That guy has 2 weakness
Yeah.
tokens on him.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Oh.
so he'd have to work him out with each attack.
So 2 damage instead of 3.
Yay.
And with that in mind, I think I'm just going to have him go ahead and make a weaker swing.
Give me 1 sec. Whenever
okay.
you deal damage, if you're holding any weakness tokens, reduce the damage by 2 to a minimum of 0.
Oh.
Then discard 1 weakness token.
Okay. All right.
Great.
So 1 damage.
Yay. Even better.
Even better. With that in mind, should have done that first, but I'll 2 to go ahead and remove the other weakness token with pull it out. Just clearing those. Being annoyed by the situation, he's just going to swing again for 2 damage without any weakness.
Okay. So again, he takes 1 damage back to him.
All right. And that's going to be his turn. All right, Rob. How is your guy coming in on this?
So he kind of heard the scuffle immediately.
Mm-hmm.
But the store he was at was about as far away from. Yeah, there we go. The comic book store is it can be. So that's why he's taking so long getting here. He sees the real life superhero up there getting tagged by whatever the trap is. And it's like, well,
like a
pretty
zappy
sure
electrical disc.
It's like a Rube Goldberg hammer on a stick.
and basically assesses the situation as well. The superhero is getting beat up, so he's probably the good guy.
That tracks.
That's a fair assessment.
Can I roll my dice before I place myself? Or do I need to place myself?
Sure. I would say place your go ahead and place yourself first, since I'm already giving you the advantage of placing yourself wherever you like here late.
What? Nobody wants to place themselves right next to me to help me out.
I'm in my ranged style. Like I'm placing myself to help you out.
Uh-huh.
But I'm gonna be in my explosion, the explosion reversal
All right.
pairing. So lets me do this.
2 and a 4 and a 5.
Yeah. Start of my turn or the end of my turn, I may place a trap in an adjacent space. Okay. After I deal damage to an enemy with an action, give that enemy a burning token.
Oh, I've been forgetting that.
Yeah, also don't forget your whatchamajigget.
Mm-hmm.
Your build power.
Yeah, that was the trap one at the start of my turn. Well, that is a problem. So speed tokens come from spending one of these dice for movement, correct?
Yes.
All right. Oh, why did my D8s have to roll like crap?
Movement. Gain X speed tokens.
That
Text
5 is good.
I think you wanted to use the 5.
I needed a 6 to save Matthew. Because I assume traps are considered an obstacle, correct?
Yes.
Trapsticles, if you will.
What are you trying to do? You just need to be closer to him?
No. I have Kaboom is one of my actions, which is a 6+. Deal 2 damage to an enemy within range, then destroy every obstacle adjacent to them.
Nice.
So I shoot the green guy next to Matthew, destroying the trap that Matthew has been standing on the entire time.
I see. And you need a 6 to. That's
I
an
need a
action that
6 to
requires
be able to do that.
Gotcha. I see.
Yeah.
Obstacles are copies, edges, fogs, rubbles, traps, and walls.
Range is diagonal, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so I am within 4 of Matthew, though. Is a trap token considered on them?
Yes. If he's in the
That's for
space.
put it out. Remove 1 token from someone within range.
Oh, it's not a token. It's an
Oh.
obstacle.
Yeah, so if somebody has a burn
Okay.
token, you can take it away. But also you can take like these guys' power tokens away if you wanted.
Yeah.
Iron tokens.
Iron.
Yeah, maybe I should use a different.
We're gonna have to figure out exactly what symbol for each token.
Yeah.
Number of tokens.
There should be a shield icon if you want to do that for iron, and then the
Oh.
beefy guy can be power.
Heck yeah.
My entire plan revolved around me rolling a 6. I was hoping one of my 3 potential dice.
Well, there's a broken shield.
Can you move me?
I cannot.
Okay.
The style is blow something up or teleport. Well, I can use the 2. Right, I only get 1 action. So I'm going to go with using the 4 to destroy the trap that is on Matthew and to open the path. So choose an obstacle within range and destroy it. My range is currently 2 to 4.
Okay.
That trap was the one that was on Matthew?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was on top of me.
Oh.
Yeah, you I don't think you can reach Matthew Square with 4, right?
Yeah, I can. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
1, 2, because diagonals count as 1 for range.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay.
Okay.
Otherwise, I definitely would have come in a lot closer to him.
Yeah, he's actually 5 away.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
You can get adjacent to Matthew with 4 squares.
I'm burning to death,
1,
you guys.
2, 3, 4.
Yeah, you can get adjacent to Matthew with 4 squares.
Is
The trap is on Matthew Square,
Yeah, and that's 5 squares away.
and that's 5 squares away from you.
Matthew's figure is in this space for me?
Oh,
Oh yeah,
Interesting.
no.
he shouldn't be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why
Okay.
we were confused about the.
Yeah, reload
Trap.
your roll 20, I would say maybe.
There. Now he's in the correct spot.
Awesome.
Okay. Yeah, because I was. So can I at least readjust my placement with the fact that I was
Sure.
planning on being within 4 spaces of him?
I will allow it with technical difficulties. Due to technical
But you better be going somewhere with this counselor.
3, 4. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. I'm still going to open a path. I'm going to use my 4 to destroy this one and all obstacles adjacent to it.
Okay.
Okay.
So that should be the one on top of him, the one next to him, and not the one that's on top of the bad guy.
Okay.
All right. And that is my turn because reversal form says I can only take 1 action per turn, but my speed tokens and my action pool doesn't empty between turns or rounds.
Nice.
Okay.
Speedy. So now I'm not dying to death.
You're
Yeah,
no longer
Not
dying
yet,
to death.
but look
You're still
who
on
gets to go
fire.
next.
Who gets to go next?
Schmuck.
This guy, the one that got thrown right next to Matthew.
The one
Oh.
that's in the trap and had to take a bunch of damage.
Schmucky O'Toole.
Except he's armored.
Oh yeah, right.
And they all are tough robot guys, so they don't get too hurt by their own or others' traps. So he will he's got a beefy 7 there. Feel like with a good 7, it's probably just best for him to wail.
Chaos token.
And okay.
I will 1, 2, 3, 4. I will challenge an enemy within 4. How much does it cost to challenge? 1.
One.
Okay. Yep. So I can do a 4 action, right? So I can do that. I can convert that down, right?
Yeah.
Because it's 1+. Yep. So I
1
will
plus.
challenge. I will challenge that guy. I will, like, Remo will look around and then see his playmate, and then go out. Which I'm sure to that guy just looks like some weird wolf monkeys making fun of him.
It's on fire. Kind of keep forgetting these guys have a range of 3, so that's not that hard of a problem. I do have to spend at least 2 if I want to move. Well, good thing I got a 2, so I'm going to go ahead and spend that to gain 1 speed token and 1 iron token. He will move down. Oh, there's a shield. I will then spend the 7 to do the basic action damage for 4 damage, and then push them 2 spaces. So 4 damage incoming, Rodrigo.
Okay. I don't think I can do
Remo?
anything. Yeah. So I think I just take the 4. I don't have yeah, I'll just take the 4.
So he's got a 6. And I'll go ahead and spend for protect, gaining 4 choices among. So I'll gain 3 iron tokens. Heal someone within range. You. Ally within range gains 2 iron. Is there anyone that's in need? Not really. So instead, I did 3 to myself, healed someone. So I will challenge the newcomer, Arnold. Oh, shoot. I didn't mean to move you there.
Oh,
Where
now
you
you're
at?
fired.
Were you there?
No, he was here.
1 up. Yeah.
Yeah, 1 up. Okay. I'll give you a green dot. So you're challenged. And Arnold's challenged, and then I will place a trap within range. Let's see. Where's a good place for a trap? Yeah, sure. All right, and that's the end of the whole round. So
Wow.
That
was a little tough, and a little rough too. But I think I think the first round of anything, the first time you play something, is going to take a little long. So
yeah.
I will imagine that we will just blast through this next bit and take these guys out.
Well, let's see. Who wants to go first?
I think I do.
Okay.
Because I've been waiting on fire. All right. So is the gentleman right next to me the gentleman who initially started this mess? No.
No.
The gentleman who initially started this mess is way down there.
Yep.
Menacing Chet.
That is correct.
Okay, so here's what's going to happen. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Janosch is going to take Machine Shadow Stance. Whoopah!
Does he shout out Machine Shadow Stance?
He actually does, yes.
Okay, nice.
Actually, I believe it's Henshin Machine Shadow Stance.
Nice.
Go! At the start of my turn, I get 4 basic tokens of my choice. Also, I didn't do it last time because I wasn't paying attention, but Rodrigo pointed out that I get a power token just for being me. So I'm going to get those power tokens. I'm going to get another power.
Oh, I forgot to place the trap token to enter.
And then I'm going to do 2 speed tokens and an iron token. But something amazing happens when you are in Henshin Machine Shadow form. Go. You may spend your basic tokens as if they were any other token. So I can use iron power and speed while in this stance however I wish. Because now I'm irritated. And so, machine shadow stance, henshin go. No, that's not right. That's 4d6. I need to roll 6d4. Shut up. I've rolled 6dr, which is almost the same thing.
Hey, well, that's a good number of fours there.
Yeah, it's not as many fours as I would have liked. Okay, so.
I mean, it's half of them.
Shadow form. All right, so.
You might want to ask the question, how do I put myself off a fire?
Pull out.
Huh?
Is that basic action?
Yes, it is.
Hang on, I'm checking it out.
Or put it out, I guess it's called.
Put it out. Hey, put it out. Waka waka. That's my Dave Coulier. All right, so yes, I'm going to cash in my 3 because put it out requires a 2, right? And I can remove burning token.
If you cash in a 4, you can remove 2 tokens.
You can move 2 at the same time.
You're right. And since I have 2 burning tokens, I need to remove 2 burning tokens. So yes, I'm going to remove 2 burning tokens, and I'm no longer on fire.
All right.
Do you know what happens when you transform into machine shadow form henshin? You have to spin, and that means that the cape on my costume, which is actually, just basically Kevlar vinyl, whatever, something that I picked up somewhere. I think I ordered it from Sears when they were closing. Actually, puts out the fire because I'm spinning and it just goes, whoosh, and that puts out that's totally what happened, you guys.
Nice.
Yeah, keep in mind, I'm 63 years old. I've been doing this for a while, but I'm also very, very tired.
Yeah, but how old's your character?
Hey, Rob. That is one of my 4. I have 3, 1, 1, 4, 4. I can cash in a die to use my high efficiency. I'm going to do that. I'm going to use one of my 4s to do high efficiency. High efficiency means that I heal 1 and gain an iron token and gain a power token and gain a speed token, and I can deal 1 damage to an enemy within 2 squares. So, I'm a heal, and then I'm going to get some power token and some speed token and some iron, because I mentioned I'm old, right? And I'm tired and I get irritated and I'm like, oh, I think we're done here. So, when I deal 1 damage to the enemy within range, Brian, is that just a thing that happens?
Kind of sounds like, what's the ability?
High efficiency. It's green. What's a green?
It's an action.
So it's an action? Yeah. So my action was high efficiency. Basically 1 through 4, you get to choose 3. 4 and up, and I used a 4, means you get all 5 options.
Okay.
In the shadowy machine form.
So there's no attack rolls. So if it deals damage, it just deals damage.
It deals damage. All right. So as I'm spinning, my cape not only puts out my fire, it hits him in the eye. But unfortunately, it only does 1 damage because he's armored. And so he soaks it, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Because he's a schmuck.
Yeah.
All right. So now I'm perplexed. Hang on. I'm looking at a thing, and I'm looking at another thing. At the start and end of my turn in machine form, I gain 2 speed tokens. So I need to gain 2 more speed tokens. I got some tokens. Now here's my question.
Mm-hmm.
Speed tokens expire at the end. Iron and power tokens do not. So literally, if we go 3 rounds of combat, we could, build up all our power tokens.
Yeah, I mean, generally you can only spend 1 power token on each damage.
Right. But I could. Oh, also, when I'm in Machine
So when
Shadow
you,
Henshin form, I don't discard my speed tokens at the end of a turn.
there you
Nice.
go.
So I get to keep. All right, so
So you could have, for example, like on that previous hit, spent a power token to make it 2 damage.
ooh, I should have done that. What
Do
if I
want
did
to?
that retroactively?
All right. I mean, I would allow it and then spend one of his irons to reduce it to 0 still. But
You
hey,
suck.
Hey, you're eating up his irons.
he's down 1 iron.
Brian's just like goading me into doing things and using up my power. Okay, so I have one last 4. I can choose an obstacle and destroy it, or can I just like slap the taste out of his mouth? Yeah, I suppose
Yeah,
I can.
There's
I can.
the base action of damage.
Yeah, attacking him for this would be deal 2 damage on a 3+.
Yep.
So I could do that twice, right?
Yeah. And you could
All
also
right.
spend power.
On each attack.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yep.
So I could attack him twice and pump an extra power into each attack, which would attack him for 3 damage twice for a total of 4 damage.
That's correct.
Ha! I'm going to do that.
All right. Well, he's going to lose his iron and take 1 damage.
Okay. And when that happens, you see Blasterman Gold leap into a flying move. Triple Blasterman Solar Kick! The Solar Kick does more damage.
Oh.
Okay, so now this is my thing. You're right, this is going faster. I don't feel like I'm completely messed up. So I've used all of my 4s. I've used my 3. I have 2 1s that I'm just sitting on over here. Do you have to use all of your possible actions in a turn?
Don't
Or
have
can-
to.
Right. So
I
you
mean,
theoretically can eat one, but obviously, why would you? Huh.
Since you're not losing speed tokens, you can always just cash something in for speed tokens.
yeah,
Or you could-
that way if
or
you
you
get
could
thrown on
move.
another trap. Yeah.
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 Right now, I have a ton of tokens, and I'm trying to see if there's a way that I can just pump a bunch of tokens into something awesome. Ooh, for 3 speed tokens, I can do a stunt. Oh, you guys. I can do it. I can. Oh. Hang on, let me check on something. I'm trying to do math in my head, and I'm really bad at it. Okay. You know what it's time for, Brian?
What's that?
Blasterman Geminoid Decoy Knee Slap!
Okay.
I'm going to create a copy of myself.
Okay.
And that's, the Blasterman Decoy Knee Slap. I'm going to do that using 3 speed tokens to create this copy. Copies are exact replicas of yourself, named after you, blibbity blue, can be targeted as an obstacle or as an enemy. And I can use my actions to attack or to use my have my copy use one of my actions. And it says he can be moved with free movement. Does that mean anything to you?
Yeah. So free movement. Go ahead.
Sorry, no, I was just gonna say, yeah, it's what when you spend your speed token, that's what the you're doing free movement there.
Okay.
Right. So if you remember, Brad like basically teleported to the other side of the room with
Right.
an ability that he spent his dice from. That is
Right.
not free movement.
That's correct.
Got it. So he has free movement.
So yeah, you can spend speed tokens to move him. Is basically what that's saying.
Perfect. All right. So that duplicate Blasterman Gold, if he takes any damage, he ceases to exist. But right now he's there and he can be a secret me. And then the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to push Mr. Green Hair into a trap because that
Okay.
just seems rude. I can do that, right? I have a 1, so
Yeah,
I can
but
throw.
the traps don't seem to be hurting them.
No.
Oh, that's
traps only
right.
deal 1 damage, and they absorb 1 damage.
Well, bat nuggets. So I can damage him again, right?
Yes.
If you hit him for
Do you-
1, he's also going to soak that.
Right, but I can hit him for 1 and I can use a power token to hit him
Oh,
for
yeah.
1. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to hit him for a 5th whopping 5 points of damage, which is upsetting to me. But what are you going to do? I should be doing more damage. I mean, I'm not that old. Okay.
You're rusty.
All right. So that uses up all of my things. At the end of my turn, I gain another 2 speed tokens. I gain 2 speed tokens at the beginning and end of my turn in this form. Now, you have to change stances each round, right?
No.
No.
You don't. You can stay in a particular stance.
Yes.
Oh, cool. Well, that's neat. All right. So I believe that is the end of my turn. This is a very complex game.
Yeah. It's
I like it.
really complex. All right.
I'm liking the complexity.
And with the bad guy's turn, I think I'm going to have Mr. Bottom Right down by Chet go. And hold on. Roll his action pool. Got a 3 and a 4 and a 6. I'll go ahead and spend a 6 to do damage. So 3 damage to Chet.
1 damage back
And-
to you.
Would push, but don't think I can. 4. I should have done. Oh well. Go ahead and spend 2 pyroclasm and place 3. Actually, no. I'll spend the 2 to get 1 move and 1 iron token. And I'll go ahead and use the move, leaving behind a trap.
Wink.
And then I will spend the 3 to do pyroclasm, placing 3 more traps. That each has to be adjacent to a trap. All right. And that's his turn. Who likes to go next?
I'll go ahead and go. I do
Steven?
have. Yeah.
Steven, would you mind if I went next? Because I get my chaos tokens at the end of my turn, so this would allow me more turns to interrupt.
Yeah, that's fine.
Thanks. I'm going to stay in Ogre's 1-2 or Ogre's Hound.
Been forgetting to do this. Steven, go ahead and get 2 burning tokens.
2 more.
Yeah.
So now I have 4 burning tokens.
Yep.
So I'm gonna roll my stance. Okay. And I do get 2 speed tokens. So I'm Remo's gonna move here and here
All right.
for his 2 speed tokens. And then he is going to throw. Do we want these guys clumped together or spread out?
I might like them in pairs, but past
I like
that.
them in watermelons.
Yep, I will throw using that 6, and I can apply it to all enemies within range, and all enemies are within my range of, or these 2 enemies are within my range of 2, this guy and this guy. So I will throw them 6, up to 6 square. Actually, hang on a second. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. I'll actually. I guess it doesn't matter. Yeah. I'll throw them for 6. So this guy here will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over here. We'll give Brad a little bit of space. And then the other one will throw here to this trap.
Yeah, that looks
All right.
very nice.
So this one here.
Yep.
And this one where?
Up here.
Up here.
So
Is that
where
good,
does the
Brad?
whole leaving the
Yep.
battle mat thing? Could he throw them off of the map and have them cease to exist?
Yeah, but
They
as
can-
long as there's other enemies on the map, they can still come back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
So it's not like he could throw them off the map and have them be gone.
I mean, I think I could throw them off the map and then have them like not very much take their turns.
Oh wait. At the end of each round, if everyone who is removed from play may decide to come back before starting the next round.
Okay.
It's the end of the round that
Yep.
happens.
So you
Oh,
would
so-
basically
so
You could
yeah,
clear
you-
everybody off the edge, and then at the end of the round, if they're all gone, they're gone.
but you could at the very least cost these two guys their turns.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Matthew is on the ball.
Okay.
I'm starting to learn the graphics of the game.
I can only do that to this guy.
Well,
because he was
because
because he was
I
here.
can
Right?
I can knock the two of them off the board if you just drop them there.
I think the top guy actually already took his turn,
Oh,
Okay.
retaliating against me too.
I
so
mean,
yeah.
I mean, Brad, if you'd like both of these here so you can damage them, or I can throw 4 off the map.
now I probably won't. I can plink them off the map, so I probably won't do a lot of damage to them. But I can
Throw him off the
plink them off the map. If you want to take the guy who's not had his turn, and no, you just throw him there. I'll knock him off the map, and we'll see what
Okay.
happens.
All right. So that was my 6. I will then spend my 4 on Watch Your Step to deal 3 damage to an enemy I can see that moved during this turn. So I'll deal. Oh, it deals 2 damage to them. So I'll deal 2 to this guy here.
The top one?
Yeah.
All right. So he doesn't have any iron. So
So that's my 6 on my 4.
I can actually do it. There you are.
And then I will 2. I will 1, 2. I will throw Matthew's copy somewhere because they count as allies too, right?
Mhm.
Yes.
Okay. Where do you want your copy, Matthew? Within 2 squares.
Trying to figure out where would be a good place. I don't know. How about here?
I'll throw him here.
Opa.
And then Matthew, do you want me to throw you somewhere within 2 squares?
Sure.
Okay. Where would you like to go within 2 squares of where you are?
How about here?
Up here?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll throw him over there.
Whoopah!
So basically, Remo jumps up, grabs onto a light fixture, and just brings like the entire ceiling crashing down, which causes like this huge like wave of chunks of ceiling, asbestos, and comic book paraphernalia to push everybody out all over the place.
Are we going to address the fact that Remo's hallucinating that he's in a comic book store?
Oh, that's right. We're not in a car. We're on the parking lot.
That's okay. You can grab like the.
Yeah, but
like-
and-
that could be your
okay.
thing.
Well, in that case, Remo pile drives a Vespa and it blows up.
Excellent.
I like that better.
At the end of your turn,
That is the end of my turn.
You've
All
made
right.
some little fish boys very sad.
I will make this guy go next. Let's see. Roll his thing.
I guess we telegraphed that whole plan, didn't we?
A little bit.
All right, let's see. I got a 7, a 6, and a 3. Dang. I will spend a 3 to get movement, which 2 of those get converted to iron.
Now, is that an ability that he has, or is that something we can do?
That's an ability. The converting of movement to iron is an ability he has.
Good to know. So I won't
But
be able
also
to
that
do
some
that.
of us can do depending on what stances you have.
Right.
He'll spend his 1 movement to move diagonally up there. Should normally cost 2, but he only has the 1 to spend. He will then spend the 7 to do the 7 damage move, which does
7 damage.
4 damage, and then push 2 spaces. 4 damage, Matthew.
What? Can I take that much damage? Oh,
You can use iron or your shields to reduce that.
fortunately, I do have iron. How much iron can I use?
2.
Well, you're lucky I have. So instead of taking 4 damage, I'm going to take 1. That's right. Isn't it?
You can only spend 2 iron on a hit.
Okay. Was it 1 hit or 2?
There's 1 hit
Oh,
for 4
okay.
damage.
So I'm going to take 2 damage.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, perilously low, my friends. Perilously low.
And then push you 2.
Am I still considered in that form where I can use my
Move. Yeah.
No.
Oh.
In the form where I can use my tokens however I want to use my tokens?
Until the start of your next turn.
Your turn.
Okay, good.
And he's got left the 6. She will spend to protect. Ally within range gains 2 iron tokens. Heal someone within range. So the same ally next to him will heal that 2. Go ahead and place a trap within range. Then pull an enemy 2 spaces. Doop.
Matthew, you're back in a trap again.
Brian hates me.
That's going to be his turn.
Terrible, terrible person. Question for you.
Yes, sir.
When it says you have a stunt and you don't have to do it on your turn,
Uh-huh.
can I
You can do it.
Okay. Trying to see. Well, dang it, I don't have the thing that I thought. I thought there was something I could do in my stunt that would actually heal me, but it looks like it would deal damage to them.
And if you got any tokens, you can spend them to move.
Oh, I've got plenty of tokens. Where can I move? Anywhere?
Out of that trap, perhaps?
Out of that space, yeah.
I have 2 speed tokens. Can I move 1? Or can I move 2?
You can move 2
You can
I'm
move
if
gonna
you
two.
wanted.
I believe you still take the 1 from entering the trap, though.
I'm not entering the trap. I'm exiting the trap.
Yeah, but you entered it earlier.
You entered
I
it.
know.
Yeah.
The trap is entering me.
Accurate.
Yep. And I am out of hit points.
Oh. Well, then. I don't know that you'd
On
actually
his
move.
next turn, he gets taken out.
Unless someone can save him.
I believe he's taken out now.
Am I out entirely?
Yeah, there are 2 ways to be taken out. You can drop to 0 HP, or you can be removed from play, usually by falling off an edge. If everyone on one side of the battle is taken out, then they lose, and the fight is over. Yeah, if you get healed, you can proceed
Okay.
with.
All right. So where do I go? How do I just sit here?
Just sit there. I'll try to rescue you.
Okay.
See what kind of rolls I get.
It's going to be a classic Super Sentai broken helmet shot as I fall to the ground dramatically. Ugh!
Yeah. When taken out, you are not in play. You do not take actions, cannot be targeted, moved, or anything affecting you. Are on hold until you get back. There's one exception. If an action heals an ally, you can target allies who have been taken out. If you are healed while you're on play, you get back up and are immediately returned to the fight.
Question.
Yes, sir.
What happens to my copy?
Think it's still there.
If the original has actions, they may have the copy use that action instead.
You do not take actions while you're taken out.
Okay. But I still have a copy. He's just standing there.
Okay. Anyways, that's the end of my turn.
I'm going to switch my stances to my bleeding blaster, and I take it that this guy number 3 that he's within 2, right?
Where you at? Yes.
Okay. So first of all, start my turn. I get to gain 1 iron token. So now I have 2 iron tokens, and then I get right now I have the total number of.
So you get an action value of 16, if I'm counting correctly.
So I have 16 points in my action pool.
Well, you have 16 in addition to whatever you roll.
Oh, yeah. And then I'm going to do my 3d8. So I have a 3, a 4, and a 5. Oh, man.
3, 4, 5, and a 16.
Yeah. So I'm going to use 12 of those for the I'm Still Here. And so as I'm sitting there apparently burning to death, my mop that I've been carrying around just kind of flies out of my hand and goes flying around and smacks these 2 dudes right in their faces. Really hard. So I deal 7 damage to both of those guys because part of my bleeding blaster says that when you add blaster form to a style, increase the style's maximum range by 1. And then I have I have a thing. Oh yeah, your action may apply to 1 extra target within range. So that'll take out 7 damage to both of those guys, to the leader man and to number 3.
Dang. Let's see.
And I also push them 7 spaces.
Just kill them. Kill them dead. Are they dead?
3 should be. If he's not, then I'm going to be really upset.
Some damage, yep. And then push that in me 7. Okay.
Yep.
Should be able to ring out both of them.
Yep.
5, 4. Yeah, that takes out 3.
Like dead, or is he just pushed out?
No, he's both.
Okay, good. And then the leader man.
He does not have any irons, so. Ooh. And where are you wanting him with 7 movement?
I think if we move him diagonal, we could move him all the way out down here.
Let's see, 1, 2.
And
3,
I think
4,
he could also move all the way out here. So I could move him all the way over here too if we wanted him completely out.
6, 7.
Chuck him out.
Both are true.
Chuck him out.
I say let's put him all the way over here onto this other side.
All right.
Chuck him out.
Okay, so then, since I'm on fire, I now have to spend, let me go up back here to the basics page. The basics page says that if I want to put it out, I have to spend 4 tokens to remove 2 fires from me. So I'll do that, and that'll get rid of my bonus action pools from my punk ability. And then I'm going to, I still have 2 more. So I'm going to use my 4 die to remove the other 2. So I'm no longer burning.
Wait, where'd you?
You said I had 4 burning tokens on me.
Yeah. No, I just was wondering. So you should only have the 4 actions total, I believe. What Where'd you get the other 4?
So I had 16, and I only used 12 for the I'm still
No,
here.
you used that 16.
Oh, okay. All
Yeah.
right. Then I'm going to have to use the other 5 then to get rid of the other burning. So I've used my 4 and my 5 to get rid of my burning.
You don't have to do that either, I think.
Well, if I have 4 tokens.
Oh yeah, you're right, because it's two a pop, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
All right. So now I have just a 3 left.
Yeah.
I'm going to convert that to speed. And I'm going to move 3 spaces. 1, 2, 3.
Actually, forget that, or don't forget that diagonals count for an extra 1, as does moving into the rebel.
1, 2, 3.
Yep.
All right. So I'm right there then. And then that should be the end of my turn. I'm smoldering. My janitorial uniform that says janitor now says Janny. And my mop is soaked with the bloods of my enemies.
Yes.
Ew.
And I say, we could have all just gotten a sandwich if you all would have just calmed down.
Hey, Rob,
Alright.
And that's the end of my turn.
Rob, can you throw that guy out on your side there?
Maybe. Possibly. I probably can, assuming I roll reasonably well.
Because I think I can get these 2 guys out if I roll reasonably well.
Do it.
And then
Do it.
Oh, that is a question that I have. Actions, since I still have action dice in my pool because of my stance, can I use those, or do I have to actually have something that triggers to be able to use those?
I believe you can just use those. Like, what's the stance that gives?
So it's explosion style and reversal form. Reversal form is I have armor. I do not discard my speed tokens at the end of a turn. I may only take 1 action per turn. My action pool does not empty between turns or rounds.
Yeah, when they say per turn, that means per anybody's turn, I think.
Yes.
So you take your turn over the course of everybody else's turns.
So here I thought I was just stuck waiting for something to actually damage me so I could use counterattack.
No. You can just
Attack.
yeah.
Okay.
Attack the counter.
should I
You
take
want to use the one for like the end of Steven's turn there? Or you want to hold on
where
to him?
fine. There. I used the 4 to put Matthew out, or to get rid of the things on Matthew. Right, so I've got a 2, a 5, and a 3. Push and pull work like they did in 4th edition.
Yeah.
I will use the 2 to grapple then and pull the one guy that's within my range next to me.
All right. Do you want him here?
Yes.
Here. Okay. Do you get to move 2 spaces or 1? I guess. Well, I guess it doesn't matter if it's just.
I get to pull him up to 2 spaces, but
Okay.
I can only pull him 1 space right now.
Fair enough. Well, diagonals also count for 2 was the main reason I was asking, but if it was only 1, then yeah. You can do weird cheat things when you only have 1 space to spend.
I mean, I spent a 2.
Yeah. Also don't matter. Yep. Okay.
All right. So that was the end of Steven's turn, and then whose turn is it now?
It's going to be this guy up in the top right here.
I think he already took a turn.
No, the other guy to the left of him took a turn.
Okay.
Turnovers.
One of those guys attacked me.
Number 5 did.
Okay.
Or not number 5. I mean, this guy, the left one.
Okay. So the other one has not attacked.
That's correct.
Okay.
So, anything happening before I go? Yeah, I guess I'll
Nope.
rolled my. Okay. 7, a 3, and a 2. Man, those 7s. Might be hard to get places. Particular build is slow. Gosh, I think I'm gonna kind of have to. So, gonna spend a 2 for movement and a 3 for movement. Well, 2 movement first, so I can cheat this as much as I can. Well, wait. 2, 3. Yeah, never mind. I just have to do 1. I keep forgetting these guys have a range of 3. So spending the 3 for movement so I can get 2 more iron tokens out of it.
Rude.
Yes. And then I'm going to spend a 7 to do damage to Rodrigo's character Remo. And, do the 7 damage result, which does
4 and 2 push.
4 and 2 push, so 4 damage, Remo.
Okay.
No.
Oh, that's the wrong button. Dang it.
Darn, can't quite push into a trap.
Okay.
Just push you there.
Into the rubble.
Yep. And he's got a 2.
So what does this look like?
Basically, he makes his arm into the weird blaster thingy and basically just shoots you.
Oh, okay. I'll spend a chaos token.
Okay.
And I will use. Where are my stances? I will use Watch Your Step. So it's a 3, so I get to use a 4. Choose an enemy you can see that move during this turn. You deal 2 damage to them. So the carburetor from that Vespa will fall on his head.
Okay. And he's still got a 3. He will spend to secure. Heal someone within range and gain 3 iron tokens. And he will heal the guy above him.
Rude.
And that's his turn. Who next?
Before Brad goes,
Okay.
I would like to use my 5
All right.
to. Oh no! Wait, never mind. Well, I'm still going to use my 5. I'm going to use my 3 instead to throw. Choose an adjacent ally or enemy or ally, push them up to X spaces, and yeet the adjacent guy over here.
All right. Say 2 spaces.
3
spaces. So do you want him corner?
corner.
Okay. That'll be that. So now I have. Wait, I guess that it's Brad's go first.
Yep.
Or one of yours goes.
Okay, so I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've been counting on this one thing, and then I just realized maybe I can't do it. So I'm gonna, if I switch into my relentless dragon mode,
Fall in the pit.
yeah. Well, so it says when you deal damage to an enemy, immediately push them 1 space and then move into the empty space they left. And so if I could chain those together, but here's my question: my rush down says deal 1 damage to an enemy within range, then deal 1 damage to an enemy within range. So if I deal 1 damage to those guys, under normal circumstances, I would immediately push them 1 space and then move into the empty space and then follow them across the board. But since they have armor, does that mean that I do not deal 1 damage to them and push them once? Does the armor prevent them from being pushed when it prevents them from taking the damage?
Is the push an effect on dealing damage to a?
So it says. So here's the rush down. It says deal 1 damage to an enemy within range, then deal 1 damage to an enemy within range. As part of Relentless Dragon, which Rushdown is a part of, right? The stance says when you deal damage to an enemy, immediately push them 1 space and then move into the empty space they left.
Yeah, I would believe that you wouldn't actually deal damage, and so they wouldn't give ground.
So I couldn't plink these guys, so they're just going to stand there and take it, is what you're saying to me.
Jerks.
If you have a way of getting me adjacent to them, I can throw them.
So what happens when you deal with people that are part human, part android?
Okay, Rodrigo, have you not taken your turn yet? Oh, you've just
I
moved up
did.
and-
I
did
have,
before me.
but I get to cheat.
Oh, aren't you
Because he's
clever?
a cheater.
Okay, I will do what I can to get you adjacent to them, and I will do what I can to heal Matthew if that's possible. Okay, all right. Let's see what we can do here. Then I'll do a different plan. All right. So I'm going to stay in my weightless blade stance.
Both of those guys have acted already, haven't they?
They have, yes.
Yes.
Oh, so both you and I get an action before they go.
Yes, right. So I rolled an 8, a 2, and a 4. So I'm going to, let's see, I'll use the 8 there. And I can use the 4. All right, I can do this. All right, so I got an 8, a 2, and a 4. I'm going to raise the 2 up to a 6 using my ability. I'm also going to take 2 speed tokens at the top of my turn. So I'm going to spend my 8 for effortless, and I'm going to choose Rodrigo, and I'm going to teleport him there.
Oh.
Is that good?
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. So there's that.
Chaos token.
All right.
I will, since I get an action of 4, and my ogre style says my throw actions may target any number of enemies within range. I will throw both of these guys 4 squares this way.
Oh,
Okay.
did you just pick them up and just chunk them out?
It kind of depends on how Brad gets me over there.
Well, what happened was I used my power to just kind of grab you and push you there. And
Okay, so yeah, if there's any like verticality to it, I'm guessing I just like landed probably on something like a car and just blew out the tires and like exploded all the glass out, and these guys just got like knocked back.
Do we win?
Well,
I mean, basically at the
technically,
end of
Rob has to have
basically
a
on their
turn.
next round. No, not even. Basically, they would have to go, and when
Oh,
none of
okay.
them are in play, then you win.
So
I
we
thought it
win.
was if they were all off the board at the.
No, basically at the end of the round, anyone that's off the board can come back in. But
Okay.
if you get all the enemies out of play, then
we never make it to the end of the round.
All right. Well, I will go over to the superhero guy and say, "Old man, are you okay?"
Am I okay?
I will give him some mouth to mouth and some chest compressions.
Oh man, Critical Hit fans have been waiting so long for this.
I am wearing a full face helmet.
I give you mouth to mouth and do
you
chest
might get
compression.
mouth to mouth slots, as there are some slots.
Better hope that that's working, because that gold electrical tape sure rips easily. I'm giving you mouth to mouth and chest compressions. Would you like?
You better
to live,
be careful with
or
the
do you want
chest
to die?
too, because my chest shield costs like $2,000 every time I have to replace it.
It cracks in half.
You are not going to crack my chest shield.
That's great. I just really, really hope that like Steven's character keeps like putting his ear to his chest, and he just can't hear it through all the metal, and just keeps giving him chest compressions.
So he'll either live or he will die, Matthew. Which one's it going to be?
Well, okay. First of all, what is the mechanism for, waking up or being reinstated into the game? Is it just I was unconscious and now I'm not, Brian? Or
yes.
Okay. So can I ask, as a personal favor for Janosch, who doesn't actually have $2,000 on hand, that we not let him shatter my Blasterman shield at this time?
Yes.
Okay.
It's got a bunch of hairline cracks all throughout it.
You
I was saving you, old man. Here, let's all pick up some trash, everybody. All of you all over there. You, the what's your salami name, Brad?
Andy.
Andy. Andy, let's pick up some trash, everybody, and then we can go to Andy's and we can all get a sandwich because that is what we really need. So come on, old man, I'll even buy you a sandwich.
What were these?
And your
things
clone
called,
too.
Brian?
These were. Let me go back.
My brain keeps saying
Grand
Japan
droids.
and I know that's wrong.
Nope. Grand droids.
Grand droids.
The minions of General Grandrox. And basically, any of them that were thrown out but not down, basically scamper off.
Escape.
Yeah.
Yes.
If you
we're gonna have to fight them again another day.
If you kick the symbol right in the middle of their chest, they explode.
I will remember that next time. I did kick a couple of them. My flying mop took a couple of them out and pushed them away, especially the one that started all of this that didn't need to happen. Come, friends, let us go.
Head cheese sandwiches for everyone.
And ibuprofen.
Take a free sandwich.
I bet
if you've ever wondered,
has a pharmacy in it.
If you've ever wondered what superheroes keep in their pouches, ibuprofen. There's some electric tape, a little bit of medical tape, autographed picture of Ernest Borgnine, but mostly ibuprofen.
That wasn't so bad.
Nah.
What'd you guys think?
It was good.
Yeah.
This was definitely not too terrible for learning a.
Yes, for it was much simpler than I feared it would be based on, the assembly process and the if then and then this and things. But yeah, I feel like a couple more rounds like that, we might actually know what we're doing.
Well, I'm curious, Brian, if you would, if you don't want to share, you don't have to. What level was this fight? Was this a featherweight?
It was a lightweight.
Lightweight. Okay. So this was like second tier kind of.
This was not the easiest fight. This was normal mode.
There's a medium weight.
Medium.
It's
okay.
Supposed to be on the easier end.
Yeah, featherweight is like, all of the death kills are turned off. Lightweight is like, you can still die.
Yeah,
medium weight, I would say, is your normal mode.
I think it's a good thing that Matthew remembered the ring out rule, because these guys were tough. Like every turn they were getting iron tokens, and we just were not dealing enough damage to any of them. If we hadn't remembered that, I was going to switch stances to something that dealt a little bit more damage. But even then, it doesn't deal that much more damage.
Yeah. So the interesting thing about and we'll see this again next week in the next episode.
On critical hit.
The interesting thing about my Bleeding Blaster is you don't get taken out at 0 hit points. You continue to fight as long as you remain in play. Now,
that's nice.
Your side still loses if everyone in play is at 0 hit points at the same time, though.
Nice.
So it doesn't say anything about being thrown out.
Right.
No.
But that's the cool thing that I like about the Bleeding Blaster. Plus, it goes into range, and it has that "I'm still here," which is like a Hadouken, explosion.
That's actually Brad's stance, the one that prevents you from being thrown out. So it's
there you go.
2 different powers across 2 different things.
Yeah.
The blade thing.
Brad, did you enjoy this?
I enjoyed it. I got a turn and a half, but I enjoyed it.
The turns were rather long.
Yeah.
I think, though, a lot of that was we have to learn it and have some questions asked. I think I know after my 2 turns, after I had that clarification on how those action pool points are dispersed, I think I can blow through my actions fairly quickly.
Yeah.
Going forward.
It's really one of those things where the first time you do it, it's the equivalent of learning to drive and your grandmother in the other seat stomping on the brakes. 2 weeks down the line, you're fine. It's just that right now you have to remember to press on the brake and then the clutch and then, But, I got to design an entire Super Sentai team, so hey.
Yeah. All right, everybody, what did you think? We've got 1 or 2 more games of this coming up. We don't know yet, but we'll find out next time. Until then, we hope that you enjoyed this game. We would love for you to come over to our Patreon channel. Now, not our Patreon channel. I'm sorry. We would love for you to come over to our Discord server. Our Discord server, we have a critical hit channel where you can come in and talk about this particular episode. We also have an RPG talk channel where you can come in and just talk about role-playing games in general, including this game, if you like, the Panic at the Dojo. If you are a patron, however, we have a secret room where you can come in and talk about this, and no one else but other patrons get to join in on the conversation. Plus, if you're at the silver level or higher over at patreon.com/major spoilers, you get access to a show a week early. So congratulations to all of our patrons. If you're not, come hang out. A couple of bucks a month is all it takes, and you can join in all of the fun and festivities. But even if you don't join our Patreon right now, patreon.com/major spoilers, we'd love for you to come over and join the Discord server for free and hang out in the open rooms. And you're going to meet a lot of wonderful people. There's so many great people over there. I can't even begin to tell you all of their names because I'm just horrible at names. But they're all
Skip
fantastic,
and
wonderful,
Henry and AJ.
wonderful people. And so that's where we're going to end it this week. Again, thank you so much for everything that you do. And as a show of thanks, here's hoping all of your dice rolls are critical hits.
This podcast is copyright 2021 by Major Spoilers Entertainment, LLC.